Hello. Hello, YouTube. Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. We'll be starting this show in about 2 minutes. It's pretty awesome here at Walk-Ons. If you've never been, you should come and experience it. Right now, we've got the game between Hillcrest and Hueytown playing on all the screens on this lower level. And then, of course, we got the show coming up here in just a couple of minutes. There's the fumble that Hillcrest recovered to get back into position to kick the winning field goal. All right. All right, hello and welcome to the Hillcrest Huddle. Brent Jones here with you as I am every Tuesday night during the football season, along with a great crowd of Patriot Nation people here tonight, ready to celebrate the big win over the Hueytown Golden Gophers this past Thursday night, and ready to get ready for the rival Tuscaloosa County High Wildcats at home at Roy Johnson Stadium coming up this Friday night. Great show for you coming up tonight. Of course, as always, in just a few minutes, we'll have Coach Jamie Mitchell come to the microphone and talk about that classic game this past Friday night. We were talking about how this team has 2 games out of these first 6 that they will never forget. The big win over Hoover, which was, of course, one of the biggest wins in Hillcrest football regular season history. And also the game, of course, this past Friday night against Hueytown, which we will rehash over and over, I'm sure, tonight as this broadcast goes on, with the final minute just being something to never be forgotten. Okay, back to what I was saying. Coach Mitchell will be here to talk to us about all that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Then, as always, we will have interviews with our players of the week. This week we have Jordan Shamley, the quarterback, who is the offensive player of the week, who just wouldn't quit this past Friday night. Kamarcus Silvers was all over the place on defense, and he is our defensive player of the week, the outside linebacker. And the special teams player of the week, pretty obvious, Elijah Miller, who kicked 2 field goals in the fourth quarter to give Hillcrest the final margin that they needed to take the win 27-26. And one of those field goals, 37-yarder with 56 seconds left. Pressure? No, Elijah Miller doesn't know what pressure is. He came through in the clutch, of course, and he is our special teams player of the week. We'll talk to those 3 guys coming up in just a few minutes. We'll also do our position spotlight, and we're going to look at the defensive line. Always one of the strengths of the Hillcrest Patriots, and that is true again this year. Coach Rodney McKinney does a great job with those guys. We'll have him come to the microphone along with 2 of his players. And once we're done with those guys, we'll step away. Well, I say we'll step away from the football field, but actually we're going to stay on the football field but not talk about the football team, as we're going to spotlight the Pride of Patriot Parkway marching band. Yeah, we got Megan Miller here along with 2 of her students, 2 of her drum majors, Joel Shem and Emerson Gore, who will be here to join us and talk about what it's like to be in the Pride of Patriot Parkway marching band. Of course, they add so much to the atmosphere at Roy Johnson Stadium for all the home games that we have there. Don't forget that every Friday night, you can see the Hillcrest games live on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network, and there are a few different ways that you can catch the action. First of all, the easiest way is to go to YouTube, the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network channel on YouTube, and check out the games live. You can also go to the NFHS network, do a search for Hillcrest Tuscaloosa. Now, the NFHS network is a subscription service, $11.95 per month. But you can watch games from all over the country, all sports, all over the place. It's well worth it, especially if you have relatives or friends in far-off places and you want to be able to watch them play. You can watch them play along with the Hillcrest Patriots, of course, on the NFHS network. And then if you're just in the mood for listening to the call of the games and not watching, you can go to Mixlr.com/Hillcrest Football Live and check out the action on Mixlr. Of course, all these links are available on the Hillcrest social media pages and the school website for you to tune in. Another thing you need to remember is the Hillcrest Football Review Show. Coach Mitchell joins me every Monday morning. We get together, we sit down in front of the game film, and we watch every play, and he talks about what happens on every play, gives you the insight on what went down in each game and what's going on with the Hillcrest football program. He's great about doing that. Such an interesting listen to hear him describe the action as it goes on. Of course, he did that again, and that episode is up on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network YouTube channel as well. And of course, we're broadcasting live. If you're listening on the radio and you'd like to see what we look like here, you can go to the YouTube channel on Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network and watch us live as well. We are live there as we speak. All right, before we go to our break and then bring Coach Mitchell on, I want to thank all of our sponsors. First of all, our feature sponsors for the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. County Commissioner of District 3, Mark Nelson, brings you the pregame show. Mark's been with us forever. He's awesome. It's the Bama Stuff broadcast booth, the Bama Express keys to victory. The Hillcrest Tennis College Football preview comes your way at halftime during the Stephen Fikes halftime show. And speaking of Stephen Fikes, it's the Stephen Fikes All-State First Downs every time the Pats get a first down. Dr. Brandy Patterson of Brookwood Women's Health Center brings you all the extra points and field goals. Centel Home Design brings you the Red Zone sponsorship. It's the Tidwell Paint and Body Timeouts, the Alabama Credit Union Coin Toss, the Award Company of America and Walk-On Sports Bistro Players of the Game in our post-game show, the RSV Design scoreboard updates throughout the nights, the Tiger Rock Kickoffs, Mission Express Car Wash Stats, and of course our commercial sponsors, Lee Palace, Bama Stuff, Alabama Credit Union, and Ignite Student Employment Initiative. Thanks to all you folks for sponsoring us and helping us bring such a great product, the Hillcrest football games and other programs, to all our Patriot Nation fans. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring Coach Mitchell to the microphone and talk to him, and we'll be back with that right after this. This is the Hillcrest Huddle on Tide 100.9 FM.
probably the best I've ever heard it.
Oh, good, good.
Not much lag either.
Oh, really?
Let other people sit down here.
Yeah. I think that they usually try to have a cutoff time before they start preventing them from sitting down here. But some people are just staying a long time, I think.
Guess I'm partial. I just want it to be us.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you.
Okay. All right. I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curveball at some point.
All right.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. I usually sit fastball, but I'll be ready for the breaking ball.
All right, all right. Actually, it's not that big a deal, but it's just something different I'm just curious about your opinion on.
Yep.
See, that's what I like about you. You don't care. You're like, whatever you ask me, I'm going to tell you my honest answer.
That's true. Very true.
I know people on the YouTube channel can hear us talking, but I'm going to tell you, because I got a parent brag. See that kid right there in the blue shirt?
Uh-huh.
You know he's my kid, Baker?
Yes.
He's the sophomore boy student of the month at Hillcrest this month.
That's fantastic. That's awesome.
Oh, I guess that came out over the thing. They heard it on the delay. I forgot that everybody in here can hear everything we say, too. All right, welcome back to the Hillcrest Huddle. It's Tuesday night. It's the fall. Well, it doesn't really feel like it, but the calendar says it's the fall, and we are at Walk-On Sports Bistro because that's just the way it is. And we're talking about Hillcrest football, and Hillcrest football back on tracks again. Winning ways are back for the Patriots as they defeated the Hueytown Golden Gophers 27-26 this past Friday night at what they call the Gopher Hole.
Yep.
Did you know that?
I did. Yeah.
What a thrilling game. Coach Mitchell, welcome to the show, first of all. Let's talk about that game. At one point you said to me, well, we got one we probably shouldn't have had, but we'll take it.
Yes, for sure. And I think, you think back over every game and you go back and relive, and I talked to our team about that today. There's certain plays that were made in the first quarter. That's like I told them. Everybody wants to get caught up in the last 2 minutes of that game, but
right.
The interception Marvin had, the second play of the game. Things like that. All of those things contribute to the outcome, and I think I told our kids too, they've played in 2 games this year that they will never forget for the rest of their life, and to me, that's what high school is about, creating memories that, you'll have forever, you can cherish and tell stories about. And, Miles Madden will tell stories about blocking the field goal, and Elijah will tell stories about kicking it, and Calzin and those guys that protected for it, That's what makes this game so great.
Absolutely, absolutely. And tell me this: was it Miles who pulled the ball loose on the fumble?
It was.
Okay.
He created the turnover there, and game's over if he doesn't do that, because they got the first down and could have nailed it out. So, golly, there's a lot jammed into the last 4 minutes of that football game.
Right. So what happened at halftime? I know that you scored right there at the end of the half to cut it to one score, 20-14. But they had pretty much dominated the line of scrimmage throughout the first half. What kind of adjustments did you make at halftime to turn things around?
Well, I think, I feel like I've got some of the best coaches in the business. And, defensively, we felt like all along we'd control the running game. And don't know that we did great in the second half, but we knew we had to change some things in the secondary. And I think they made some good adjustments that helped us. And then offensively, it was just we had found a few formations that we felt like we could get a little bit of success out of, and we knew it wasn't going to be big. And, I thought Jacoby Harris and our offensive line, I mean, they were battled and beaten up in the first half. And, we didn't win them all in the second half, but I thought we really showed some guts in the third quarter, and then especially in the fourth quarter when we had to move the football. I felt like we really showed, who we are and what we're about.
I tell you who I was the most proud of in that game, I think, was Jordan Chambly, because that guy has been beat up the past couple of games. He's been so criticized. People are wondering, does he really have what it takes to do this? Sure, he's got the skills, but does he have what it takes to do this? He refused to give up, and he led that team, and you could see the determination on him out there.
You better believe it, and you're exactly right. I mean, he's dejected. He's down on himself, and heck, we're loving the kid right through it, and there's nobody, I promise you, he has our office full support, and if you think back, man, Ethan went through a tough stretch, just growing through the mental part of the game. Bryson had that same deal, and
it takes a while.
It does, and I mean, you're going to see Jordan come out of this on the other side and be fully what he is capable of being. And there's nobody, I can tell you this, that locker room knows, they've seen it so many times what he's capable of, and we know that he's going to find himself.
Yeah. All right. Well, awesome game, one of the best in Hillcrest history, most exciting anyway. But we got another one coming up this Friday night, and this one's kind of a tough nut to crack because there's so many things about this particular game that are just kind of crazy in the fact that, first of all, it's your rival, so you're always really excited. And these kids all know each other, grow up together. The rivalry game is always really big. But then you've got the fact that County High is 0-5.
Yep.
They're getting destroyed on the field. It's got to play all kinds of mind games with your players as they approach this game.
It does, and obviously we understand their struggles, and you can't get away from that, and points allowed and points given up and all of those things, but golly, when you've been as shaky as we've been for the last month, and of course our opponents have had a lot to do with that. We're a football team that is not super confident right now, and confidence plays such a big part in high school football. And we need some good things to happen to us, and it's just kids are so emotional. When things are going great, they're on cloud nine. And right now they're daubers down just a little bit, and we need some success. We need some success early, and they do some things offensively that can give you trouble if you're not really, really disciplined on defense. So. We won't sleep well this week. I can tell you, it's one that we're certainly has our attention.
Well, the old cliche is you can throw the record books out the window when you're talking about rivals like this, and that's for sure. But also another factor with this game is, and we talk about it every year, we can't avoid it, is all the shenanigans that go on from the student body. Your players and their players are a part of the student body and sometimes get involved in those kinds of things. And I know you have to take extra precautions with your players as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, that's one of the first things they heard Friday night after the Hueytown game. It was the very first thing they heard Monday morning, and the last thing they heard yesterday, and the first thing they heard this morning, the last thing they heard this afternoon. So, all we can do is tell them what our expectations are and what the consequences are. And I think they know me super well, and when I tell them
they know you're going to follow through with the consequences.
And that's something that I will not bend on.
Doesn't matter who you are. Right?
It doesn't, So, I'm hopeful and think that I believe in our guys. I told them today, man, our arena is 7 o'clock Friday night. Nothing before then and nothing after that. So. We hope to be able to do what we want to do at 7 o'clock on Friday.
Right. Okay, I told you I was going to throw you a little bit of a curveball tonight. I want to ask you about this. It's kind of going away from Hillcrest football. But when I got home Friday night, I was checking the scores, and I saw Williamson 100 and Murphy of Mobile 0. What was your reaction when you saw that as a coach?
First of all, that should never happen. It's sad to me that something like that can happen because, I've been a part of some big wins and lots of points over some opponents. You've been part of that with us, and my heart goes out to those other kids on the other side. I mean, they're no different than our kids and our coaches. They want to win, and to see a score like that just it really troubles me. And I read an article where the losing coach said, that somebody had mentioned to him a running clock, but they never did it, And
so I read that he refused the running clock. Is that not right?
Well, that's what I was told, that he refused it. But then on AL.com, I just read where the coach that got beat so bad said, somebody mentioned that to me, but it was never done.
Oh.
So, I'm sure there's two sides to both stories, But, man, I believe in sportsmanship, and I believe in caring for others, and that's something that to me should never ever happen.
Right. Let's come back to this the whole rivalry aspect of this game, and I want to talk to you. You've been coaching for how many years now?
35.
35 years.
Yep.
What's the worst experience you've had in a rivalry situation? Not necessarily in a game, maybe outside of the game or whatever, the most challenging situation you've had.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a funny one or not, but when I was at Olive Branch, we had in the center of our foyer in our school, we were the Conquistadors, and we had a beautiful gold and bronze Conquistador helmet in a glass box, really nice. And we were playing our big opponent then was South Haven, and I get to school on Friday morning, and there's a big uproar in our hall, and I'm like, what's going on? And I go down front, and lo and behold, our Conquistador helmet was missing out of our foyer. And
wow.
So I find the principal, and he's in there going over the video, and about 2:30 in the morning, you can see a rope drop from there's a skylight over this Conquistador helmet. Literally like out of the movies, a rope drops, down comes some students. They cut the top off of the glass case that the Conquistador helmet was in.
Like Ocean's 11 or something.
Yes,
right?
Put it in the bag, and up they go. And I'll never forget that one, And kids being kids, and I know that wasn't part of the game, but it was part of the rivalry, and just, some students doing some crazy stuff, But, most of the time in rivalry games, you have the heated play, and, you hope to not have the personal fouls, and sometimes you get them in those games. But, I can't remember a real rivalry game that's gotten out of hand or anything like that.
But I knew that for as long as you've been coaching, you had to have some kind of interesting story that was related to rivals.
That one.
That's great. I love that. Of course, I know it wasn't great at the time, but
sure.
It's fun to look back on now.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Coach Mitchell, and thanks for stepping a little bit outside of the game itself and talking about a few fun things. I appreciate that.
You bet.
All right, Coach, thanks again, and we'll see you Friday night. Good luck.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
All right. That's Coach Jamie Mitchell with us every week here on the Hillcrest Huddle, getting us ready for Friday night's game and reflecting on the previous Friday night's game. Okay, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to bring our three players of the game. Coach, if you will point them in this direction. Quarterback Jordan Shambly will be joining us, outside linebacker Camarcus Silvers, and the kicker Elijah Miller. Those guys will be here at the table to talk to me. Coming up next, keep it here. This is the Hillcrest Huddle on Tide 100.9 FM. What's up, Camarcus? Is it what? Is it all right now? Yeah, we're in a commercial right now. What's the question you asked me? Oh, same old stuff. You're ready. Just about the game, I'll ask you about County High. I'll ask you about the last game. Nothing that you don't know everything about. Right, Jordan?
This your first time being on here? It's not third. He been on here before. I think so. When? My fault. Ooh. See, look. I don't know.
Why'd you go with the blue jersey?
I'm not the only one either. Jackson Penn has his.
Oh, really?
I asked him because I'm wearing blue.
It's fine. All right, guys. Flip it back that way. Okay, y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Be sure you put it right there. Yeah, good. Right close to your mouth. Yep. All right, guys. Be sure you put it right there. All right, we're getting close.
I'm shaking. Who's that?
My daddy.
Okay, we are back on the Hillcrest Huddle, live from Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Every week, we award Players of the Week on our broadcast, and those Players of the Week are sponsored by Walk-On Sports Bistro and by Award Company of America. And you see the plaques, if you're watching on YouTube, you see the beautiful plaques that they have that they give to the players every week. And I have the three guys that were awarded this week here with me right now. Directly to my left, the quarterback, Jordan Shambly. To his left, outside linebacker, Kemarcus Silvers. And to my right, kicker, Elijah Miller. Okay, guys, first of all, congratulations on a great win.
Thank you.
It was kind of scary, but, you know, it was dramatic, which I love. Of course, you know, I'm a theater teacher, so you know I got to love the drama, right?
Yeah.
Jordan was in my class.
Yes, sir.
So he knows. But y'all pulled it out. And you know, it's like Coach Mitchell was saying, it's a memory that you'll have for the rest of your lives, that particular game. Awesome job. Jordan, I want to start with you. And I was telling Coach Mitchell, I think more than anybody on the team, I'm the most proud of you. Well, first of all, you know, we developed a little bit of a friendship when you were in my classroom, right? So you know, I pay close attention to what you do, obviously. And I know that those previous two games against Vestavia and Hewitt, you took a lot of criticism.
Yes, sir.
Right? And those were tough times, and I know it had to be tough on your confidence. But I was telling him how proud I was of you for the way you fought. I mean, getting down 20-7, right?
Yes, sir.
And putting the team on your back and not giving up and carrying them through. You could just see it in the way that you were running the ball, as tough as you were running.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what was going on with you when y'all were down 20-7.
When I was down 20-7, my mind was don't get out of the game. Keep on playing until like just the fourth quarter is like R0. Just keep playing. I had to score. I know I had to score before half to get us a chance because I knew they'd get the ball before half, after half. So I knew I had to get a chance for my team to win. So I just had to make plays when I see nobody open, start running, and get us a field goal range, at least give us some points on the board.
Right,
but we ended up scoring right after that. So it was all good until going to half. Then we came out of half. We had a game plan again. I just had to trust myself and trust my mechanics that I've been doing all summer. And Coach Guy been preaching to me all through the season that trust your reads and trust your eyes. So I did what I had to do, and we pulled out with a victory.
Let me ask you this. As you played 6 games now, are things starting to open up for you? Are they starting to seem more automatic, easier to read?
Yes, sir. Like, because everybody don't really run the same defense, but I can see, like, okay, I know the corner at 7. I know I can throw this hits right here. Like, stuff like that. Like, it's stuff that I didn't know at first. Now I know now that I can make them throws. These throws, they're going to be harder because the adjustment of the defense, stuff like that. So, yeah.
How much time do you spend each week studying film?
I spend a good amount of time. I ain't gonna lie. I was slacking a little bit, but then I had to catch back up. Yeah, I was slacking a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, Coach God told me I was slacking a little bit. But I usually watch him with my dad on the TV in the living room. Just watch him with my dad, tell him, break it down, who's good, who's not good, this and that, and breaking down their defense.
Okay. Well, what do you see as what the offense needs the most to keep improving?
I say just hunger. Like, we can't be going 3 ends out back to back, then putting the defense back on, back on. Now, defense did bail us out Friday. I ain't gonna lie, because we were tripping at first. We had to come back. We just told each other that hey, we got each other back, and whatever happens, we just know
Right. All right, you're talking about the defense bailing you out. You got your defensive teammate over there,
Yes,
Kamarcus
sir.
Silvers. Kamarcus, you had a great game. It seemed like every time we looked up, we were calling your name. If we weren't calling you for a tackle, we were calling you for getting in the way and setting up other people for attacking, just being all around the ball. That's why we gave you the player of the game. What do you think the defense did well this past Friday night?
We kept being motivated. I mean, like basically, at first, I ain't gonna lie, they shocked us at first. But then we started coming together, started getting to know
What did they do that shocked you?
Ran the ball. Well, I knew they was gonna run the ball. That was very tough. That was like tough.
So they were a lot better than you expected them to be, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, how do you feel about your own performance this year so far?
Vestavia Hills, I felt good. Hoover, not too good. It's like I've been playing bad, I've been playing good, but I just got to keep working on what I'm doing. I get better.
Well, you got the rivals coming in Friday. Do you think y'all learned anything about taking somebody for granted? Because I was sitting here at this table with a few players last week, and I kind of got the feeling that they're like, oh, man, we played against these big 7A teams. You know, this is just 6A team. We got this. But they were tough. Y'all think you learned your lesson about that?
Oh, yes, sir.
What can we expect from County High on offense?
Physical, fast. Got to watch the plays. Their plays very cheesy. Like the plays that they run, you got to have your eyes in the right spot. Got to be on your man. Yeah, just play.
Yeah, I hear that Coach Mitchell says that it's kind of a game where you shouldn't be surprised if they throw everything at you, including the kitchen sink. Y'all been talking about trick plays in practice?
Yes, sir.
All right, that sounds good. Well, congratulations. You did a great job Friday night, and I know you will this coming Friday night. Now I'm going to move over to the big hero of the night, right? Elijah, and I got to apologize to my broadcast teammates for saying this because they're going to say that I'm jinxing you, right? But have you missed an extra point or a field goal this year?
I missed once at Hoover.
You missed an extra point. Oh, no, field goal. You missed a field goal. Oh, okay. Just that one. Okay, but still that's pretty good. At least I can't jinx you now since you have actually missed one.
Yes,
But tell me this, have you always been one of those guys that's just really easygoing and don't let pressure get to you? How do you develop that attitude?
I don't know. It's how I've been, like throughout middle school, elementary school. It's just.
Are you like that in everyday life too? Like if you face a stressful situation, what do you think?
Whatever happens, happens. Just gotta go. I can't stop it.
You know, I'm believing him. Look at how calm this guy is over
He's
here.
real calm.
So tell me about, all right, like on the sidelines, less than a minute left, you know, and we're deciding we got to kick a field goal. It's 37-yarder. What's going through your mind? This is the game winner.
Can't lie, I was nervous.
You were. So you were nervous. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How did you overcome that?
Just went out there. I went out there and did what I was supposed to do.
Do you do any kind of like breathing exercises or mental meditation or anything like that?
I just, before I go out there, one deep breath in and then let it go.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. And I bet you were getting kind of nervous there when the defense started letting them come down the field and kick their own field goal, right?
Real nervous.
Well, awesome job, all three of you. Love watching you guys play and can't watch you play against. Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready? No, but you don't know what I'm about to say. And I don't know if the whole Patriot Nation knows this. They probably know it by now, but Tuscaloosa County High class of 1983. Yeah. Look at that reaction, Jordan.
Okay.
y'all are playing my alma mater. But I can promise you, I'm Patriot through and through right now.
Okay.
Right?
That's good.
You got
That's
it?
good.
Okay. All right. All right, man. All right. Appreciate it, guys. We'll see y'all on the field Friday night.
Yes, sir.
All right. Those are our players of the game. Quarterback Jordan Shambly, outside linebacker Marcus Silvers, and kicker Elijah Miller. Okay, we're going to take another break, and when we return, we're going to bring the position spotlight to the table, and we've got our defensive line and Coach Rodney McKinney. So we'll be back with those guys right after this. This is the Hillcrest Huddle on Tide 100.9 FM. Coach, if you'll sit over here, you two guys here.
Okay. Love the net. Love the net. Hey, Coach. I said, you fine. We only got 2 seats.
Where's Jackson?
Waiting on him now.
Is he here, though?
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, I see. Okay. What's up, AJ?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Doing all right.
You hear me?
Yeah, he's good.
All right, good. Hey, can you move that a little bit closer to your mouth? Yeah, there you go. Still in commercial. All right, welcome back to the Hillcrest Huddle. We are at Walk-On Sports Bistro. My name is Brent Jones, and I am now joined at the table by our big D-line and their head coach, Rodney McKinney. Got two guys representing the D-line tonight. We have A.J. Love to my left, and to his left, Jackson Metz. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coach McKinney, I want to start with you. I like to, when I have the position coaches here, I like to inform or remind, if people already know, the journey that our coaches took here, because you've been here a while. You are a Patriot through and through. Tell your Hillcrest Patriot story.
Yes, I actually graduated from here in '99, and I have lived here for a very long time. I actually born and raised right here on Hillcrest Road, and it is something that always been very special to me. But it's great to be home. So I came back here, and I've been coaching here now for 10 years.
10 years, wow.
I've been here, and I love every bit of it.
Wow, and have you been the D-line coach every year?
Yes, indeed. That's my love and my passion, so I love to do it.
And that's what you played in your day, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay, okay. Well, you do a great job, and it's always one of the strengths of the team for sure. Let's talk about it. It is a strength of the team, but let's talk about this particular group and how they've done this year and how they developed.
I think they've been we had an awesome year, I think. You know, we've been playing hard, but at the same time, I feel like I have a veteran defensive line. A lot of guys that have been here 4 years playing for me, and also it's great to watch these guys blossom from freshman year to now. But I think these guys has done a great job. I think we are one of the strengths. We love that pressure, and we love to come out every Friday night and perform.
We know they're doing a great job, but there's always room for improvement in some areas. What would you say that this team as a unit needs to improve on the most?
A lot of it is more of just week to week. You know what I mean? We go in, we change little things here and there, but it's that, and just me personally, I'm always like, you can always be more physical. So
okay.
I'm putting that pressure on them to make sure they are physical every single week and just wanting to dominate all the time.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to move on to y'all. Either one of you, I'm just going to ask you a general question. Either one of you just jump in with your answer, okay? I want you to explain the position of a defensive lineman and what the responsibility is out there for somebody like Ariel Lewis, who maybe not won't understand football.
Okay.
That's a personal joke there with AJ. AJ knows Ariel pretty well.
Our responsibility is to dominate the line of scrimmage, be in our gaps, have containment on the outside and inside, make sure the linemen don't get on our linebackers, and that's just the person playing D-line.
Okay. Jackson, what's the hardest thing about playing defensive line?
Probably holding your gap. That's hard, especially when you get double teamed. It's really hard to hold your gap and do your job because you got so much to think about. And during the game, like everything going on, you're in the moment. You just got to do your job. That's the hardest.
Okay. And what's the best thing about playing D-line?
Man, just having that feeling like, just defeating that one person in front of you, that's the best feeling.
Yeah.
And just, being able to get a tackle for loss or getting a sack, everything like that, that's the best part of playing D-line.
I agree with AJ, but also I would say that D-line's also kind of selfless because if you do your job, then other people get to make plays. And watching them make plays and have success is another great part of it.
That's rewarding. Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't understand. They're like, well, those guys are so big up there. Why aren't they making the tackle every time when they come through the line? Because that's not really your job, is it?
No.
I mean, of course you make some tackles, but it's really your job to get in the way of the other people and open things up for the linebackers behind you to make the tackles. Is that right, Coach McKinney? Is that what you preach? That's what you teach them?
Yeah, I teach them. I always show them the guys that, the process of it. What their job mean. Their job is so much important, overall, because the things they do open up backfield area for us and limit mistakes, but also when we can cover gaps up front, that make everybody else's job a lot easier. So, we don't get the glory like the skilled guys get.
Occasionally you do, but,
yes.
but not nearly as much.
Yeah, I always tell them, hey, man, when the tackle come to you, make it.
Right.
If it don't, I think our reward is, like he said, lining up in front of somebody and defeating them every single play after play after play. To me, that is rewarding.
But you know what I love is I love seeing a big D lineman chasing down a quarterback.
Yes.
I just love seeing that. That's awesome. What's your personal career highlight so far, AJ?
Oh, man. Personal career highlight. Well, just improved throughout the years. That's my personal.
You don't have any
highlight.
one specific moment or game that really sticks out for you?
The first time I came back last year against Hewitt.
Oh, yeah.
That was,
Okay. I remember you having a big game. What about you, Jackson?
Probably coming back against Hewitt this year, my first game this season. I feel like
because you've been injured, right? Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I dominated pretty well.
Okay.
Played pretty well.
Okay. Good. All right, guys. One last question. This guy over here has been doing this a long time, playing D-line, coaching D-line. What have you learned from him?
Man, I learned a lot. One of the things I can point out that I learned is just knowing how to do your job and how to, be selfless. I like how Mitch mentioned, and just, it's more than just making a tackle or just making a sack. It's literally like Mitch said, what Coach McKee had mentioned. Just be able to dominate up front and helping your linebackers out to make the tackle. It's more than just,
It's about being a team member, right?
Yeah.
All right. What do you say, Jackson?
I would say, like, it's more than just football for me because I swapped positions last year before the season. And one thing I realized is Coach McKinney teaches you how to be a man, and have more respect and know how to handle life. Like, it's hard on D-line.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But it teaches us a lot about life and how to handle situations in our life in the future. And I really think it improves us as men and builds us as brothers.
That's awesome. You got to be proud of those answers, Coach.
Man, I'm proud of it. I just like to be a piece of the puzzle when it comes to their life because they are my kids. I tell people all the time I spend more time with them than my own child.
Right.
And so I love these guys, and this is why I do it.
Right. All right, guys. Love watching you play. Let's get some big sacks Friday night. All right.
Yes, sir.
And I can talk back about how on Tuesday night we talked about how you guys are going to get sacks and how much I was going to enjoy that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's our defensive line and our position spotlight here tonight. Rodney McKinney, AJ Love, and Jackson Metz. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to go to the halftime show. Literally, we're going to bring some members of the Hillcrest Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band here. You guys never get to see them. But they do a great job, and we're going to talk to them about what it's like bringing that important part of the Friday night atmosphere to us every week. All right, thanks, guys. We'll be back with the band right after this. Keep it here. This is the Hillcrest Huddle on Tide 100.9 FM. Appreciate it, guys. Great job. Great job, Rodney. We'll be back with the band right after this. Keep it here. This is the Hillcrest Huddle on Tide 100.9. Okay, yeah, you're good. You're good. You've been waiting around a while.
Thank you.
What's up, Doyle?
What's up?
How's that tennis game doing, man?
Oh, shoot, don't talk to me about tennis right now. My service has never been worse.
Really?
I can't hit one right now. I'm trying to get back out there.
Are you still playing, though, pretty regularly?
Not regularly, it's just like every now and then when I have time, but I still like love getting out there.
I do, too. I never can find time until everything starts slowing down in the spring and in the summertime. That's the point.
You should play Mr. Mac in a game. I saw him playing out there. If you ask Mr. Mac, he'll go.
Oh, yeah, I know. I played with him. He didn't like for me to play, though, because I'm too competitive. But I'm a 3-5 player.
3-5? And you're ranking, who's your ranking? YouTube?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm playing.
I think my peak was about 3-5. Clarinet. I think my peak was about 3-5. Dude, we have a Twitch? Yeah, you didn't know that? I didn't know we had a Twitch.
Y'all hear me?
Sound pretty good.
Put it up closer to your mouth, Emerson. There you go. That's good.
Speak. Test.
Test,
boy.
test.
Ooh, we got a while to talk.
Oh. Hope y'all are ready to talk.
Who knows what I might ask you?
It's like, you're gonna look out there or like, the echo's crazy. Can I hear myself 30 seconds after I say it, bro?
Welcome back to the Hillcrest Huddle, live from Walk-On Sports Bistro, as we are every Tuesday night. I'm Brent Jones, and we've been talking Hillcrest football all night long. We talked to Coach Jamie Mitchell. We talked to our players of the week. We did our spotlight on the defensive line, and a lot of times we will step away from the football field and talk about other sports programs, other things that go on at Hillcrest, but we're actually going to stay on the football field, just talk about a different part of the game, one of the greatest parts of the game, and we're going to talk about the marching band. Without the marching band, I mean, what is the atmosphere at a football game? Do you guys realize what you do for the atmosphere in football? Before you answer that question, I got to introduce you, okay? We have our band director, Megan Miller. We also have Joel Shem and Emerson Gore, who are two of our drum majors. Welcome to the show, y'all. Do y'all realize how important and the effect that you have on people with the band?
Go first.
Sure. Anybody, go ahead.
Oh yeah, the kids. I don't think they always realize what a big impact that they have. But like, especially if the team is right in front of us and we're able to play and be really loud, and it can have a huge impact on what they do in the game, as well as just getting the crowd pumped and excited to be there. And so I don't think they always realize what a big impact they have.
Right. Well, what's it like for y'all up there in the stands? What emotions do you go through, and what's the vibe like when you're in the stands playing for the games?
I think it's a lot of excited. If I'm being honest, I'm really excited the entire game, throughout the entire, during my half when I'm up there. It's always really fun to see how responsive the band is when either I'm yelling and they're yelling back to me, or maybe I'm interacting with people who are walking by. It doesn't matter who. It's like during the game, it's just a really fun and positive atmosphere, and I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, when I'm up there, I'm just looking at the field, looking at all the cheering faces. Like, we're always so pumped to be there. Like, we always support our team. And even off the podium, I get the chance to play with the band again, and it's just the atmosphere is just amazing.
Yeah.
Just so exciting, playing all these fun tunes that we play.
But now, when you're up there and you're directing the band as drum majors, the action's behind you. How do you know what's going on? You just wait for the crowd to get really loud, and you're ready for a big number to play? Is that the way it works?
It depends on what's happening in the game, if I'm being honest. Sometimes I'll end up turning around and just watching and kind of having my hands go. But most of the time, I'll know what's going on in the game just because of how the band or the people who are actually watching the game are reacting to it.
Right. Okay, Megan, how do you feel about the band and their performances so far this year?
I think the band has been doing a phenomenal job. You know, we get started way back in July with band camp and practices, and they've been working really, really hard. And we're in a really good place. We've got our whole show on the field. We're adding some props this week, so that'll be something new and
exciting. Is that what those big things are in the theater?
It is. Taking up space, I know. But no, they're doing great, and I think we've got a few games left to go, but we're getting better and better every week.
Before I move on to more questions for these guys, I was telling Coach McKinney, I don't know if you heard, that when I have my guests here, I like to remind the audience or inform the audience about how you became a Hillcrest Patriot. Can you tell us your Hillcrest Patriot story?
Hillcrest has been my first and only job. Wow. So I got my bachelor's and master's degrees from Auburn University, and I know, enemy territory here.
It's okay.
But no, I interviewed for the job here at Hillcrest as the assistant director, and I was lucky enough to get offered that job, and I took it and haven't looked back since. So I've been here 8 years now.
So I guess you've been learning a lot as you go. What are the most important things you've learned in your years as the lead director?
Oh goodness, you have to be flexible. There's always going to be things that come at you that you weren't expecting, and you have to be flexible and kind of roll with the punches, and that it is what it is.
You've had a lot of growth too. Talk about the growth that you've had since you've been here.
So obviously when COVID happened, a lot of programs took a big hit with their numbers. And since that has happened, we have steadily been growing the band back up every single year. We've had a lot of great help from our middle school directors. They've been doing a phenomenal job recruiting at their level. But yeah, we've grown pretty steadily from, I think when COVID hit, we were at about maybe 40 kids in the band, and now we're at about 120.
That's awesome.
Oh,
if I do the math, that's what, triple in size, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, talk about some of the individuals in your band who are really standing out for you.
Well, obviously, we have our awesome drum major team, Emerson, Joel, and then their cohort, Mariella. They're just great role models for the rest of the students. Always on their A game, doing everything that they're supposed to. We have a fantastic leadership team of our section leaders and captains who step up and take care of a lot of things for us and help make the whole program run. We wouldn't be able to run efficiently without them leading the way for their fellow band members. And then just overall in general, too. We have a lot of really great kids in the band. I like to say
And we
that
share a lot of those
we
kids,
sure
too.
do. We sure
As a
do.
theater teacher, kids who appreciate the arts will often come to both programs and participate.
And I always say that we teach the best kids in the school. So
We do.
It's a great gig.
That's for sure. Okay, my next question is for you, Emerson. What's the joke of the day? Emerson does our joke of the day on our announcements every day. And funny story here, I don't know if you know this, but they told him to stop doing the joke of the day, and he stopped for a few times. And then people were actually complaining to the office and saying, bring back the joke of the day. Bring back. So tell me, what's the joke of the day, Emerson? You remember it from this morning?
We actually didn't do one this morning, but I had it prepared.
Oh, well,
So
what
I
is
can
it? See,
tell
now
you.
people will get to hear it.
It was, what does the crowd do in the kitchen?
I don't know. What
the
is it?
microwave.
Ah! Okay. They're always top-notch jokes, right, Joel? But that's why everybody loves them, right?
Yeah.
Because they're so corny. That's the whole idea. Okay, guys, back to you. What makes marching band special?
Oh, well, for me, I think it's the being able to perform at football games, having a purpose, having have a group of people just to have fun with and learn like key skills that you need to learn in life, like leadership, team bonding. It's more of an activity than like a concert band. You actually do more stuff. You get out there, hang out with your friends outside.
It becomes like a family kind of, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And you're getting to socialize with a lot more people than you would regularly, because it's 9th grade to 12th grade. We got everybody in every grade there. You can meet a lot more people that you wouldn't have usually from other things. Like if you're just not in it, you're not in anything else, you meet so many more kids.
Well, I know the band has been great for my son Baker. He's in his 2nd year, and he loves it, and we love having him in the band. Emerson, I want to ask you, tell me about the dreaded dun-dun-dun band camp every summer.
I think the the stigma around band camp is not that bad. I think overall band camp is a really fun experience. I mean, you're meeting, like bouncing off of what Joel said, you're meeting these people that are 9th through 12th grade that you will know throughout most of your high school career. And I made a good chunk of my friends from band, and so it's really nice to go through and have that first band camp where I can really get to know these people better. And just around band camp, being able to do band camp and learn the music beforehand and learning everything beforehand is really helpful in getting things off the ground and rolling once we actually get started in the season. So that's one of the key things that I like about band camp.
But now, as a drum major, going back to playing at the actual games, as a drum major, you don't get to play with the band. You're just up there waving your arms. I mean, do you ever miss actually getting to play the instrument during the games?
Oh, yeah, I do all the time. I think playing in the stands was one of my favorite parts, but now it's kind of transitioned into dancing in the stands with some of the sections. So I've kind of still gotten that hype in there for that, so that's really nice.
Emerson actually makes it up for his dancing skills. he brings so much energy to this thing.
Yeah, for sure. All right, you guys are both involved in concert band as well. What's different about marching band and concert band?
Well, as I said before, there's just more outside. You get to be in that blazing hot sun all day. Afternoons are just so hot. Oh, wow.
And fall never gets here in Tuscaloosa until the season's over, right?
Exactly. In time. Also, I think you just get more chances to talk to more people and socialize, because in concert band, rehearsals, we're quiet. We have to pay attention. We got to lock in into what Miss Miller's saying, Miss Dickerson's saying. Any rehearsal is just, you're sitting down, you can't go anywhere, you just have to lock in on your music. But in marching band, you're more free. You get to walk around to other people you wouldn't talk to otherwise, and you can just go down the line with flutes, clarinets, saxophones. You can just socialize with all your friends, and it's just a lot more free than concert band.
Right. What do you say, Emerson?
I think, kind of going off of what Joel said, I think first of all, we're inside with concert band.
Air conditioning.
AC.
Yes. I think one of the key differences with concert band and marching band is you're kind of learning those things in concert band and applying them to marching band, which is really nice because we don't have like 6th graders through 8th graders marching with us. So we have those 6th graders through 8th graders who are in concert bands in their middle schools, and they're kind of learning those key things and kind of applying that to the marching band, which is really good because we don't have to then teach them in marching band. They already know these things.
Right. Well, you guys do such a fantastic job. Thanks for being here with us tonight, and thanks for what you do on Friday nights. Can't wait to see you again this Friday night.
Yeah, we're excited.
All right, that's going to wrap things up for us here on the Hillcrest Huddle. It's been a great night. Don't forget you can join us on the live stream this Friday night against the Tuscaloosa County High Wildcats on YouTube on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network channel. But don't do that. Come out and come to the game and be there and make some noise for the team, right? And come listen to the band, right?
Experience the atmosphere.
It's an awesome experience, yeah. Hope to see you there. And I hope to see you next week here at the Hillcrest Huddle, live from Walk On Sports Bistro. Thanks for joining us. Good night, and go Pats.
Go Pats.
Go Pats.
Great job, y'all. Is that what a podcast feels like?